Two groups of B-2 bombers took off from Whiteman Air Force Base in Missouri around midnight from Friday to Saturday local time. The first group, with 6 bombers, headed west toward the naval base in Guam, in the Pacific Ocean. Meanwhile, the main group, with 7 B-2 planes, each with 2 crew members, also left Whiteman Base, but flew in the opposite direction to the east, crossing the Atlantic Ocean and the Mediterranean Sea toward Iran. 2 other B-2 planes accompanied the group in case of an emergency. The trip to the targets took 18 hours with several in-flight refuelings. Upon entering Iranian airspace, American fighter jets joined the squadron and launched missiles to clear the way. An American submarine in the Mediterranean fired 24 Tomahawk missiles at the Isfahan and Natanz plants.
Shortly before dawn on June 21, 2025, the sky over Missouri witnessed the beginning of one of the most ambitious air operations in modern history. 6 B-2 Spirit bombers took off from Whiteman Air Force Base with a single objective: to destroy 3 of Iran's nuclear facilities. In total, the United States mobilized about 125 aircraft, including dozens of fighter jets and tanker planes, as well as nuclear submarines positioned in the Persian Gulf. It was the beginning of a coordinated action that would prove the greatness of American military power. Welcome to Life in the Barracks. The result of decades of secret research during the Cold War, the B-2 bomber was designed to invade enemy airspace without being detected, flying at altitudes above 15,000 meters with intercontinental range. However, its operation is extremely delicate. It can't land on aircraft carriers, can't operate on improvised runways, and requires climate-controlled hangars to keep its stealth fuselage in perfect condition. Each unit costs more than $2 billion, and its maintenance is so sensitive that even humidity and dust can compromise its stealth. With 2 pilots in command, the B-2 bomber carries one of the largest lethal payloads in the American arsenal, where the crew can operate for up to 40 hours on long-distance missions. The targets of the attack on Iran were clear: the underground facilities of Fordo, Natanz, and Isfahan. These sites are not just scientific centers, they are fortresses of concrete and steel built to withstand the impossible. And that's why the B-2 bombers were chosen. No other aircraft in the world combines the range, stealth, and the capacity to carry the bombs needed to destroy such heavily protected structures. But this mission ordered by Donald Trump was far from simple. While the B-2S were crossing continents, KC-135 tanker planes hovered at strategic points in the Middle East, especially over Saudi Arabia, which is an ally of the United States. These giant refueling planes did not fly alone. Each one was escorted by FA-18 Super Hornet fighters and electronic attack, 18G Growler electronic warfare aircraft, tasked with protecting the mission against enemy radars and missiles. To ensure the success of the operation, the United States also used nuclear submarines positioned in the region. About 30 cruise missiles were fired from the depths of the ocean, hitting strategic points of the Iranian facilities. Everything was planned to happen simultaneously, being a coordinated attack by air and by sea, with the goal of blinding the enemy defenses before they could react. The B-2 bomber is a strategic weapon, not a tactical one, which is why it doesn't appear in smaller conflicts. When this bomber appears in the sky, it's because the Pentagon wants to send a clear and irreversible geopolitical message. Its ability to carry nuclear bombs, precision weapons, and perform deep penetrations makes it a central piece of the so-called United States nuclear triad. Very few countries in the world have defenses that can even detect a B-2, let alone shoot it down. That's why its presence in a mission like the one in Iran is much more than operational. It's symbolic and at the same time a warning to Russia and China. Although Iran has a large military force, its F-14 fighter jets and Mi-29 missiles are old equipment. Even so, despite outdated technology, they could still pose a significant threat in the event of an attack. That's why the United States deployed the electronic attack, 18 Growlers. These electronic warfare aircraft emitted strong interference in the electromagnetic spectrum, making communication difficult and destabilizing Iranian defense systems, creating a chaotic and confusing environment for radar and missile operators. While the attack operation was underway, United States military analysts stationed at command centers in America and at the Diego Garcia base in the Indian Ocean monitored every movement in real time. If any Iranian radar detected the aircraft, alternative routes were already programmed, demonstrating the American military expertise in the theater of operations. The B-2 bombers approached the Iranian targets with surgical precision and dropped the guided bomb unit, 57, the most powerful bunker-busting bomb currently in use in the world. Weighing almost 14 tons, this impressive weapon is capable of penetrating up to 60 meters of soil or reinforced concrete before detonating. Due to its size and weight, each B-2 can only carry 2 of these bombs. Although it doesn't have its own propulsion, the guided bomb unit, 57, is equipped with movable fins and advanced military global positioning system navigation systems, allowing it, when dropped from high altitudes, to use its own mass and aerodynamics to correct its trajectory and hit the target with maximum precision. With a brutal impact, the guided bomb unit, 57, dropped by the bomber's burrows dozens of meters underground before exploding, unleashing all its destructive force in the heart of heavily protected facilities. Its warhead was specifically designed to eliminate buried and reinforced structures, such as those that house uranium enrichment centrifuges. At the Fordo nuclear plant, for example, the complex is hidden beneath layers of mountains and reinforced concrete. Previous Israeli attacks, even with specialized munitions, were only able to damage ventilation ducts, but with the B-2 Spirit in action, the scenario has changed. The bombs dropped, penetrated deeply, and caused significant damage to the underground levels, as confirmed by satellite images and United States intelligence reports. Donald Trump declared the mission an overwhelming success. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu thanked the United States for its support and reinforced the alliance between the two countries, making it clear that any retaliation against Israel will be met with even greater force. Russia has already signaled military movements, while Yemen, an ally of Iran, has declared open support. The world now watches in a state of tension. The escalation between military powers could be the harbinger of a conflict of unpredictable proportions. But one truth has already been carved into the Iranian underground and international diplomacy. When the B-2 Spirit bomber enters the scene, it's not just a military mission. It's a strategic message, silent, invisible, and relentless. It doesn't just destroy physical targets, it redefines the balance of power. And when the United States decides to act, the impact echoes far beyond the battlefield and reverberates throughout the entire world. Here at Life in the Barracks, you stay up to date with everything happening in the military world. Leave your like, subscribe, and watch one of the videos appearing on your screen. Forward, soldiers! See you next time.